This has been Workentine. I am sitting here with Pastor David Scharf, who's here at Men of His Word Conference presenting one of the keynote speakers. He is one of the keynote speakers, or the keynote speaker.
There you go.
Big deal. Thanks so much for stopping by. We're excited to have you just give us a little bit of an idea of what you're presenting on, what you're working on.
Sure. Yeah. Thanks for having me. The presentation, obviously the theme of the conference is Vision 2020, God's vision for the future. And maybe right in that theme, we realize we don't know the future. You know, God says, I know, but we don't know. And so some of the things that I was focusing on in the keynote are just the things that we can see, which would be, you know, some of the things that God wants us to do, like prioritizing His Word, getting prioritizing the right things for the right reasons, being motivated by what He's done for us, and then just holding to His promises, no matter what life looks like, no matter which direction it goes. Those promises are steady, and we can always rely on them, even if we can't see. We know God sees, and finally, that hope of heaven gives us a beautiful perspective that our life is so short compared to what's waiting for us. And so those are kind of the thoughts that I was focusing on in the keynote.
Sure. Excellent. As people kind of look ahead, you know, what are some of the things that you think are challenging people coming into 2020? Now we're still pretty early on, moving ahead in the next couple of years. What are some of the biggest challenges you think Jesus followers are facing in a really dynamic, ever-changing world?
Yeah, especially for American Christianity, a new, maybe not a new kind of persecution, but a persecution that is unlike what followers in the Bible were experiencing, that physical persecution. People all around the world are facing that. Christians are. In our country, I think biggest challenge is that we're ignored, maybe, and that the message of Christianity is ignored, which, you know, hurts more than a punch, right? You know, I've been punched before. It doesn't hurt nearly as much as being ignored. And so just I think when it comes to especially outreach, we need to focus on relationships and people using those relationships, that trust relationship that they've built up. So as far as Christianity, I think for our own little church body, that's the biggest challenge. Yeah,
kind of being marginalized or dismissed entirely out of hand. Excellent. Yeah, and that's a challenge. A lot of our listeners are living in that, and that's kind of what we're trying to help with, give voice to, is how do you live your faith in a secular world? How do you live that out loud so that people are struck by the way you handle things differently, or the way you talk about things, and thinking deeply. You know, it's one of our big things, is thinking deeply on matters and not just having a surface answer. Right. That vision of God continuing to keep His promises is really an incredible fallback for Christians. A backstop maybe is a better way to say it. Right. That gives you the courage to launch forward.
Yeah, absolutely.
If our listeners want to find out more about what you're working on, or where would they find you? Where can they reach out to you? Well,
now that I'm at Martin Luther College, of course, you could contact the college, but otherwise my email is scharfdg@mlc-wels.edu. So that's scharfdg@mlc-wels.edu.
And we'll make sure to get that in the show notes so people can just click on that and send you a note, word of encouragement, or ask a question.
Sounds good.
Thanks so much for stopping by.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely.